Good evening, and welcome to coverage of the 2022 midterm elections in Colorado. It is now 9 p.m. on the East Coast, and the polls have now closed in Colorado. We now have a key race alert, as we are now getting the vote in from some of the races in Colorado. And right now in the Colorado Senate race, incumbent Senator Michael Bennet holds a 1.5-point lead over challenger from the Republicans, Cory Gardner, with 13% of the vote in. A few months ago, Michael Bennet, a strong incumbent, but now Colorado has become more and more close in the past few months leading up to the midterms, and it should be interesting to see what happens in the Senate race. And in the governor's race, Jared Polis has a 5-point lead over Republican HEIDI GANAHL with 10% of the vote in. Jared Polis is looking to get reelected to his second term as a governor of Colorado. He was first elected in 2018, and with the second term, he will not be up for re-election until 2026. And right now in the House, we have projected 2 races in Colorado for the Democrats and 1 race for the Republicans. In Colorado's 1st District, Diana DeJette, the incumbent, holds a 15% lead over Shane Bolling right now with 3% of the vote in. We're not able to project this race because it is only 3% of the vote in here. We should be able to project this race very soon, though. And then the race that does not have a lot of the vote in, and we cannot project right now, but we can project very soon. Lauren Boebert, the incumbent from Colorado's 3rd District, has a lead over Debbie Burnett, the Democrat, who was nominated to try to take down Lauren Boebert. She is kind of famous around the U.S., but we do expect to call this race also very soon. And in the Colorado 5th District race, Michael COLOMBE is actually leading over incumbent Doug Lamborn with 6% of the vote in. Doug Lamborn won in 2020 by a pretty good margin, but Doug Lamborn is currently losing right now with 6% of the vote in Colorado's 5th District. And in Colorado's 7th District, Kyle Faust leads over Laurel IMER with 12% of the vote in. Kyle Faust, this is actually an open seat from incumbent who has been in the Senate or the House for a very, very long time. So this is an open seat, and this is going to be a race that we're going to be watching all night tonight. We now have a key race alert. It has been an hour since polls have closed. And right now we can project that in the governor's race, Jared Polis will be reelected for a second term in office. He will not be up for reelection until 2026. And right now in the Senate race, Michael Bennet has widened his lead over Cory Gardner right now with 47% of the vote in. He leads by 3 points. We did expect that Cory Gardner would try to make it closer, especially early where the votes would count for him, but he's not getting as much of the vote as we thought he would at this point with 47% of the vote in. So it should be very interesting to see what happens there. And in the House races, we have projected 1 more race for the Democrats. And right now in Colorado's 3rd District, Lauren Boebert her lead has shrunken just a little bit right now with 32% of the vote in. We thought we would be able to project it very, very soon, but it turns out we have not been able to project it yet. It should be interesting to see what happens here, and if Lauren Boebert can hold on to her seat. And right now in Colorado's 5th District, Doug Lamborn has taken the lead right now. He has a 2.7% lead over Democrat Michael COLOMBE with 39% of the vote in. When we first checked in, Michael COLOMBE was leading, but now Doug Lamborn has retaken the lead. And we expect him to hold the lead for the rest of the night if everything goes to plan, but really anything could happen in this race. And in Colorado's 7th race, Kyle Faust leads over Laurel IMER. He has widened his lead a little bit with 35% of the vote in. We now have a key race alert. It has been 2 hours since polls have closed. And right now in Colorado, we can project that its next senator is going to be incumbent Michael Bennet. Michael Bennet will be reelected to another term in the U.S. Senate. Michael Bennet beats out Cory Gardner and is leading right now by about 4 points. And right now in the House races, we have projected 1 more race for the Republicans. This is the seat of Lauren Boebert, who will be returning for another term in the House. And right now in the 5th District, Doug Lamborn's lead has shrunken once again, and with 50% of the vote in, he leads over Michael COLOMBE by 1.9% of the vote. And in Colorado's 7th district, Kyle Faust's lead has shrunken also down to 6.1% with 53% of the vote in. We have not projected this as the more Republican parts of the district has not been reporting its votes yet. So Kyle Faust, really, anything could happen between Kyle Faust and Laurel IMER. But right now, Kyle Faust leads in Colorado's 7th district. We now have a key reseller. It has been 4 hours since polls have closed. And right now, the House has stayed the same. And right now, in Colorado's 5th district, it's 72% of the vote in. Doug Lamborn's lead has shrunken again down to 1.4% over Michael Colombe. Doug Lamborn, we thought would be a strong incumbent, and it's very interesting that Michael Colombe is appealing to most of the voters here, and it should be interesting to see what happens in that race. And another race we still have not projected yet, Kyle Faust and Laurel IMER are still going at it with 75% of the vote in. Laurel IMER's catching up to Kyle Faust a little bit, shrinking his lead a little bit. So it should be interesting to see what happens here as well. And we now have another key race alert. It has been 4 hours since polls have closed. And right now, we have projected all the races. We have projected Colorado's 7th district will be going to the Democrats. Kyle Faust able to hold on there by 5 points. And in the 5th district, Doug Lamborn is able to hold on against Michael Colombe, winning that seat by just 2.5 points. So definitely Republicans underperforming in Colorado's 5th district, but definitely overperforming in Colorado's 7th district. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to hit that like button, share this video, subscribe. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will see you guys in the next video.